Hi, welcome to my channel. This is a recipe for pilau rice. It's extremely simple and quick. You only need 3 large onions. Give them a good fry in the pan until they're golden brown. Once the onions are half cooked in the oil, you need to add in 5 to 6 cloves of garlic. Stir that in with the onions and keep cooking further until the onions are totally golden brown. Now for the spices. Very simply, you need salt, pepper, cumin seeds, coriander powder or coriander seeds. You can grind them, and cloves. Cloves are usually whole and you'll need to grind them yourself. So 2 teaspoons of salt, 1 teaspoon of coriander. This was the seeds which I ground myself. Then you need a teaspoon of cumin, 3/4 of a teaspoon of cloves, which were whole and I grounded myself, and then 3/4 of a teaspoon of black pepper. Stir all the spices together in the pan. Stir for at least 5 minutes in order to cook those spices. By cooking the spices, you're bringing out the flavours. And get your chicken ready and washed and ready to put into the pan. Pop that into the spices once the spices have been cooked slightly, and give that a good stir. Ensure the chicken is coated with all those lovely spices while it's cooking. At this point, if you notice that it's starting to burn a bit, turn down the heat onto a low heat and cook them gently. Keep stirring as you're cooking them and frying them, because you don't want them to burn on the bottom. After about 10 minutes, you can put on the lid now and keep the gas on low heat. Meanwhile, while the chicken's being cooked on its own on low heat, prepare your rice. So for this, I've used 3 cups of rice. Give it a good wash, taking out all that starch. So wash it at least 3 times over. Back to the pan. You need to keep going back to the pan to keep checking that it's not burning on the bottom. So every 7 minutes you need to go back once it's on low heat. So you don't need to keep going back to it that often if it's on low heat. I would say every 7 minutes to give it a good stir and just to ensure that it's evenly being cooked and not burning. Once the chicken is cooked, you need to add in the rice now. With the rice, the measurements of the rice are usually 1 cup of rice against 1.5 cups of water, or 1 3/4 cups of water, depending on the rice itself. Put the heat on high heat while you're boiling up the water for the rice. Once it boils, give it a stir, turn the gas down and put the lid on to cook the rice. So you'll need to cook it for about 20 minutes, checking it. After 20 minutes, lift up the lid. If there's no water remaining on the bottom of the pan, your rice is cooked. Have a taste of it, ensuring that the rice is cooked. If the rice isn't cooked, just put the lid back on. Even if the gas is off, just put the lid back on to give it another 5 minutes of cooking time in the heat of the rice. Once it's cooked, you're ready to plate up and eat. Enjoy.